Hey guys, Dale here, back with some more RimWorld, our update 1.6 series, and Kate, laying a pile of toxic waste on the floor, is ready for childbirth. So Sail is waiting in the hospital for her. I think Noriko is going to be our doctor, so she's going to go grab her. You might have noticed we have pulled up all the floors and we're starting to smooth out the hallway. I didn't build any floors as we were kind of mining out this section, and we've gotten caught up on all our smoothing work, so that is handy. Our tree is also ready for an animal linking ceremony. I think Ida is the only one that can link with it. Child Star. So, Kindulin, I'm not sure if I checked. We did buy some horses from a trader, so we should be able to have our caravans carry a little bit more and move a little bit faster. What else is going on right now? We have a barracks that we have moved all the children into. I have set beds to slave beds so that people will prioritize some of the bigger beds that are unowned. And when our children grow up, we'll give them private rooms or something at some point. Or if we manage to recruit a bunch of people, then we will start assigning these beds to colonists. Healthy childbirth. These labors have been pretty fast. Suggested. Sail, your last name is Cheeky. You are the father. Adrian Cheeky. Okay. Welcome to the colony. Do we have enough cribs? Yeah, we don't have any babies right now. Everyone is a little child. What are you doing? You're floor drying? In the freezer, you have a parka, so that is fine. I've had children hang out in the freezer and give themselves frostbite. And it's so weird not having the meat optimization mod. Just like looking at these meat textures, lynx meat, turkey meat, raccoon meat. Research-wise, it keeps falling off every time I reload the save, but let's go to Atomizer. We've made some pretty good progress on it. We'll just re-add it. I think it drops off because the game checks for Mechanitor for that research to be like relevant or something. And I don't know, maybe when the game is loading up or the save is loading up, it loads the research before the pawn, and so it drops it off the list. I'm not sure. That's just speculation. That being said, little constructor bots, they are doing some smoothing for us. We are gathering a bunch of steel. We're working on reconfiguring our little murder box, and then we will get back to our plans over here. I'll let them rest up, and then we will see what psi powers Ida ends up with. Well, most folks are awake. We'll begin the ceremony. It wants 8 participants. None of our participants are eligible, so it will just be Ida. Shouldn't fail or anything. I think the quality determines how much anima grass gets consumed. So I guess we'll just see what that looks like on speed 4. They are just like zipping around like crazy. And you are almost done. Okay, silent gained. She's new Psycaster, blah blah blah. Ida, let's select you. Let's take a look at your bio. Abilities, you got Arctic Pinhole, generate a microscopic skip gate linked to a nearby Arctic region. The frigid temperature leaks through the pinprick in space-time, cooling the surrounding area until it closes. The cold brought through this is enough to turn a small area into a freezer. I think we did kind of open this area up since we're all fortified. We don't have to worry about like the heat or whatever stagnating back here, but since it is under a roof, we'll put our horses' sleeping spots there. If there's like toxic fallout or something, they will sleep in that area. Maybe we will start growing some hay and put like a little shelf here for that hay. Well, we've got a little mech hive raid going on. There's a little Tesseron over here. There is a Scorcher. The rest of them I'm not too worried about. And then for some reason they a ride split, but only 2 of them are this way. Let's go ahead and make sure everyone is staying inside the base for now. Prison warden request. I didn't take a look at this. Honor, neural computation, 19 days. No thank you, not right now. We have mined out a new area and refrigerated it. It is -7C in here. We moved our pollution pump but have it turned off, and we have 1 waste packed atomizer sitting right there. We're potentially going to build another one. I don't think we're going to summon an Apocryton, but I'm sure one will show up at some point, and then we'll go ahead and get that done then. Well, the mechanoids are beginning their assault, so we will speed some things up, and hopefully a couple of them drop in our little maze. Oh, they're going to have to go all the way around because we walled this off again, which is fine. Tech, why don't you get behind Zap? And then you guys can go ahead and stand up here. Yeah, these lancers are no problem. Do we have flares? No. We probably need, like, flare research, so we used a lot of those for, not maybe the best situation. Why don't you go ahead and back up, my dude? Okay. And we will see what these guys decide to do. You guys can back up also. Okay, got a little cover. Everyone has helmets, so I think we're doing as well as we can do on that front now. Is that feels like we're missing some. Where did the, like, Tesseron go? I can't imagine that the Tesseron... Well, there's the flame guy, and the Tesseron's right there. Okay, never mind. Just kind of annihilated these mechs. Pikemen, so squishy. Okay. You guys are all free to go, and you guys are free to go back to doing whatever it is you're gonna do. Unrestricted. Cool. Well, things are pretty stable, so why don't we make things a little less stable and go ahead and investigate the monolith. We should be able to build this up really quickly once this last bit of mining work is done, and then we will kind of like reclaim this space back for the base. Maybe we'll build a barn or something. The monolith's dark metallic surface is warm to the touch, and Anne thinks she can hear a faint hum emanating from inside. The lines on its dusty surface seem to squirm in unsettling patterns. Let's keep focusing on the anomaly, and then we'll get this wall connected through. And here we go. It's been a while since I've actually activated a void monolith, and it's kind of creepy to have a void monolith right next to our little anima tree. As the monolith twisted and changed, Anne was overcome with horrifying visions. In an instant, she understood. The monolith is a doorway, just barely cracked open now. Something dark beyond imagination stirs on the other side, seeping into our reality. Terrified but excited, Anne is convinced she can learn more if given the time to study the monolith. Okay, so we have our building category is unlocked. We have a holding spot. I guess we'll throw a couple in here for now. If there's overflow that needs to happen, this stockpile is still set to low and still has toxic waste packs on it, but this is the important stockpile. And we can haul that all the way back to that wall, but I think we should be able to contain some entities in here. So, containment strength of 70. Does smoothing the wall improve its hit points? It does not. It just makes it more pleasing for us. Okay, so we said this would be like biotech stuff. Maybe we'll go deeper into the mountain for entity containment. I feel like that might be a little silly, right? Because if this is where we're going to be defending against entities from, then hauling them all the way to the back of the base before we contend them sounds a little weird. Maybe we'll build an entity containment structure down here once we've kind of neutralized all this mud. I have to think about it. We could maybe right here. Or we could venture off this way. Build like a little bridge and then just do entity containment so that they aren't like releasing straight into our base if they manage to escape. I don't know. We'll see. Instantly, we got a gray pal. A blanket of gritty fog has descended on the area. The fog smells ancient somehow, and it stings the skin. The unnatural grayness of it invokes a sense of dread. We were hunting some muffalo, but they were down there in a pair, and 2 guns against 3 muffalo was obviously not a problem. One of these is our codex, right? Yeah, so Shambler, yeah, we saw those early on in the playthrough. Void monolith, undiscovered entity. What about, I guess the gray pall is not an entity, the death pall is, right? Well, we got some harbinger trees to sprout, which is interesting. Are we able to move these? No, we are not. We do have, I think we have a seed that we bought from a trader. Yeah, we do. If this is going to be our kill box, maybe we put some harbinger trees along this area, and do our little corpse stockpile down there. We can take the twisted meat and turn it into chem fuel. I think that will be our plan. Well, and on the same night as this gray Paul, we got a growth moment for Sonia. We're able to give her double passions and things. Medical construction crafting, that's great. Tech is our primary crafter. Audie is backing him up. Farsighted, which means that's like a buff to shooting. And a debuff to melee. Restful Kite Valiant. Mental break threshold, pain shock threshold, super immune, bloodlust. Valiant sounds great. We will go with that. Not need an anomaly project. Well, we don't have anything to study. If you are using Dub's Mint menu and you've replaced your research screen like I have, you can get to the anomaly projects. I don't know if queuing them up here works. But I do know that we can just hold control and click on the research menu and we get the vanilla research screen. So let's go with entity containment, even though we don't have an entity to research currently. And then I'm going to take all these other people off meditation since I don't think they're actually doing anything for the anima tree. Ida, that's fine. Yeah. Well, and immediately, the creep factor is on. A sight stealer. I need to maybe equip people with sidearms because you're just gonna like be beating him with the butt end of. Oh, actually. Oh, out of charges. Expend bioferrite. Well then, sale, come down here. Oh my gosh, is it just one? I don't know. I don't know if it's just one. I guess anyone that can. Let's get over here. Alex, just fight it. Just fight it. Oh no. See, he's like climbing over the things to avoid the traps, so he's not doing the zigzag anymore. New research available. Have you hit it at all? You have hit it a little bit. Okay. It shrieked. It's not great. Yes, just like as soon as you get down here, just start shooting. Okay, Alex, you're fine. You're fine. You guys are fine. Anne, You have your first test subject. Everyone else, let's go ahead and let's stick to the base. Mechanoids, that includes you as well. I I was making plans over here for a Devil's Strand farm, and actually we're gonna expand this so it'll cover some of the non-fertile soil. But we're going to take advantage of this huge patch of fertile soil. We'll put in some geothermal, and we'll run the geothermal back to the base as well. But it'll be a greenhouse, and I'm hoping that the geothermal enclosed in the building will be enough to keep it warm over the winter. That'll have to wait until we see if we have any more site stealers showing up. Squirrel self-tamed. Sorry, buddy. I'm scared of the site stealers too. Well, I was just coming down to have Zap close this door. And here we go. Zap, everyone. You guys come here, Zap. You just start shooting. Okay, couple of them. Alex, 4 of them. Okay, guys. Let's go. How many? 5? I don't want to have a mess of site stealers, but if we end up with a couple more, let's research. We got a dark shard, dead site stealer. Search and destroy, my dude. Oh, okay. All done. No more screeches. You guys can go do your thing. All of these guys are dead. We'll butcher them. We'll turn them into chem fuel. And then I am going to assume that that's over. So we'll get to building that at some point. Well, that wasn't all of them. And Julius is outside. Everyone. And then you guys search and destroy. Okay, 2 more. 3, 4. I think 2 more. Oh, little clean sweeper. Little clean sweeper. Move away. Anne, where are you? You're right there. Capture this guy. And I just deconstructed these because I assumed that they were all dead. Who else is good at research? Zap, you need to go to a hospital. Ida, why don't you capture this one? And Rico, you captured that one. Clean sweeper, you're good. Howling, okay. So we're going to be dealing with some more site stealers. The good news is that, like, we researched that one site stealer already, and we got 4.78 out of it. I think that's because Anne is an occultist, right? Study efficiency, 100%. Entity study rate, plus 50%. Julius, you're free to go, except I'm going to restrict you to inside. Where are the children? Children, you guys are restricted to inside for the immediate future. Let's just check to make sure that zone looks all right. Okay. Just fill in some of these gaps with inside. That is perfectly fine. Well, next morning, let's grab you guys, search and destroy. Anne is the one that's out here. And you can just hang out in that doorway. Kindulin, why don't you hang out in this doorway? And then everyone else, let's get you guys going. 5 more site stealers. Oh, Ida, you were meditating. Let's get you back this way. Sail. That's fine. That's fine. You guys will be fine. We did finish entity containment, so we have holding platforms unlocked. Bioferrite extraction is what we're working on next. I guess let's do this, and we'll squeeze some more research out of any of these site stealers that we get. Actually, Roy and Sail, you can go, Ida. Let's grab these guys. Let's head out this way. Yes. Okay, Roy and Sail, are you guys still searching and destroying? You are not. Oh, that is a mess of them. Okay, you guys head this way. Do we have a finish off button? I don't think we do unless we have the allow tool. Okay, well, I think I'll just keep them restricted to base for a little while longer. Let's make sure base includes this stuff in case we need to do some maintenance. And in here so we can grab that squirrel corpse. Started mining some of this out while we just verify that we're not going to get any more site stealers. I'm pretty sure we're done with them for now. Well, we just had a trader wander in from off the map, walk through our base, and they're hanging out here, so I think we are good. You guys can be unrestricted. Actually, Ida will keep you in base. Children, you can go to there. Agrahans, unrestrict you guys for tree cutting. Lifters, unrestrict you guys for all the hauling. Who is it? It is Roy. Roy, why don't you have a chat with them? I don't know if this... I imagine it's like a... It didn't say tribute collector, but it did say Imperial, so I assume that they're going to have, like, Imperial things. And so I would assume that Roy would be the one that would need to trade with them. I would like some charge rifles. Normal, we can afford. No, actually, we can't afford anything. Let's sell them that. We can sell them maybe the little baby. Glitter World Medicine, EMP shells, uranium. None of the stuff I want to sell. Signal chips. I guess we don't really need those right now. We could sell them a kidney as well. Could sell them all these organs, but then we'd have to harvest them again if we needed them, and I want to avoid that if possible. Okay. For a charge rifle, let's accept that. I assume my charge rifle is down here somewhere. Yeah, let's get tech and we'll have you equip the charge rifle. Well, we just took down some thrumbo and we got our first pop-up about monolith study progress. Anna had a breakthrough while studying the monolith. She believes the monolith is a conduit for psychic energy connecting to some distant location. However, she's unsure where or what it's connected to. Anna is convinced that by studying more anomalous entities, she can find a way to close the conduit or learn to harness its power. The monolith now provides more knowledge when studied. Okay, interesting. We have bioferrite extraction, entity containment harvester, proximity detector. Let's do bioferrite shaping next. And how many shamblers do we have? Not shamblers, site stealers. We have 5 site stealers that we're studying and manually extracting bioferrite from. I think we don't have any in the shelf that I've designated for bioferrite. I think that's because Anne has restocked her flares. We're up to 3 from 1. Who has the Hellcat rifles? Okay, you have restocked, and you have not. So we do have some, like, burn charges available. Things are going all right. We did start building our little greenhouse, very detached from our base over here. We'll build a tunnel here, and then I think that'll help things. We have our little bridge here. We just kind of used this peninsula right here for baiting the thrombo. They spawned in over here, came up through the river, and so we were able to start hitting them around here. But you can follow the blood trail, wandered up to the bridge to try and get to us. One of them tried to get to our base, but fell right here because of blood loss. Well, our greenhouse is almost built. Looks like we have been able to plant some Devil's Strand, even though winter is fast approaching. Our new box is ready to go as well. We're just kind of flooring things so we don't have to worry about chopping trees down and whatnot. Kind of hard to see, I guess, with some of the plans here. But this will be our firing line. I have doors here and a door here. So if we want to shut all of this off, we can, in addition to the door right there. I figure we'll keep this for now. So we can have this be our initial firing line. And if we need to, we can retreat back to this location, smaller second location. We'll see how things go. We'll make adjustments as needed. But I think this is better for now. Definitely better than what we had before, which was just this little area. Quest-wise, we have a couple quests that I'm kind of interested. Guarding Pan, 239 gold and an excellent monosword, skill trainer and plants. We're going to go ahead and accept this. It will be, 3 raids, 1 boss, 6 grenadiers, 7 heavy mercenaries. I think we're in a much better position to deal with that kind of thing. I've moved our mortars out to this area. So these 2 mortars are for incendiaries. This one is for EMP. And we have shelves for our shells. We have shelves for our shells, as well as any extra barrels that we need. Did we accept that quest? Yeah, let's hit accept there. And then Royals needing help. A novice wants to stay for 8 days. Must keep their mood above 35%. The Imperial will not do any work. Let's go ahead and grab that, and we will give it to Zap so that he can start getting royal titles as well. Except Zap, since he is our leader. I think we'll keep Roy at night so he can do trading. And then Zap, we will take as high as we can get. Imperials have arrived. Okay. Landed in our kill box. Canceled our plans. So we do have a place for prisoners. And then you are going to be restricted to base. And we will give you this bed. What is your name? Pesplopus. Plusplopus. There you go. When it comes to big mining projects, infrastructure projects, easy transportation, we are mining through this tunnel at this point, and then we will get back to gathering steel as well as the silver that fell out of the sky. Well, prisoner is secure. I don't know how secure. With the site stealer in there. I guess if the site stealer gets loose, it'll probably just down them unless we get really unlucky and they die right away. That's fine. We do have another quest I'm interested in, a good marine helm and some gold. The shooting and then the notification scared me so badly, but we're probably just hunting. Ida inspiration, that's great. Yes, so we have 7.8 days to accept this. We need to make 29 pants of normal quality or better. So I have queued up a job to use up all the dread leather. And then we're hunting some muffalo. So that's not the muffalo hunting screen. We're hunting some muffalo. So we will see about muffalo leather, blue fur, for the rest of those pants. We'll wait until we have like a day or 2 left before we accept the quest, and then we'll get the actual like timer. The estimated travel time is 3.1 days. Jump to Caro Prairie. It's not far, and we have horses. And then finally, I think we're going to finish today with the thing that I keep forgetting to do, and that's reform the ideology. We're up to 6 points with all the people that we've converted and, 3 decent rituals. Let's go ahead and reform human primacy. I would like to get some shooting and melee specialists. So I think we have to be supremacists or raiders. So I think we're gonna grab supremacist. Done. Slavery, that's fine. Confirm. Next. And points. We've used 14 out of 16. Add a roll. Add melee specialist. Add shooting specialist. Oh, we can add a lot. Add research specialist. Okay, so we'll do research specialist for Anne. Sure, Neuroflame is fine. Snipe Bringer, edit. We're just gonna remove that apparel. Melee Specialist, Edgeyor. We're gonna call you a Vanguard. We'll remove that. Edit, we'll just call you a Ranger. And a Neuroflame, I'm fine with that. Are there any other things that we want to do? We could, let's see, take a look. Void Study. Where was the thing about slavery? Slavery acceptable or honorable? I think acceptable is fine. We won't go straight for it. And then execution respected if guilty. That's fine with me. Are there other precepts that we want to add that we can add? Blood feeders, blindness. Oh, tunneler would be great. I guess we'll save those 6 points for the next reformation. But there we go. I think Anne will get moved over to a new role. Tech and Odie have roles already. Roy, you don't. I guess Roy and Sale will set up as the Brawler, the Vanguard characters. And then... Actually... does the Vanguard disable things? Cooking, hunting, mining, disabled work. So what, you can just do like hauling? I might want to wait until we're done doing some mining for that. I think shooting specialist will also disable some things. Kate, let's take a look at you if we were to make you a ranger. Cook, construct, grow, mine, plant, cut, smith, tailor, craft. Butcher, repair, deconstruct, harvest, drill, drugs, machining. Yeah, that's rough. I really that I can get right now. It's tough to have Tech and Odie not helping with the mining. So I guess we'll just wait a little bit. Who are you? Novice wants to stay. Okay, and then who are you? Novice. Oh, you're the one that's staying, and then you're... What? The Imperials will not do any work. Okay, well, I'm going to give you the proper bed. Lists. Let's unassign. Let's give that to you. And then we will make this for colonists, and we will assign that to Platypus here. Okay. I think we're all set for now. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. As always, until next time, have a good one. Bye.